Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem314 Tarot. I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. Cancer, we're doing you today. I looked back in the videos and saw that it's been like a month since we touched on Cancer, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll do you, and then we'll do Aquarius later because the moon is in you. So that might play a role in things here because the moon, your ruler, Cancer, is in the sign of Aquarius right now. This might be a moment in time. Remember, the moon only stays in a sign for like 2 days. So this might be a moment in time in the next couple days where you really want to detach emotionally from something happening around you that has to do with maybe your circle of friends, your community, church, some institution. It's people on a large scale, and how you integrate into that group. So with the moon there may be a feeling of wanting to be detached from this cycle with them, quote unquote. I don't know why they wanted me to say it like that, but I hope that resonates with somebody. You feel at the time that you want to emotionally detach from a cycle with a group of people, okay? And if not detach altogether, like you're not, I don't think you want to ghost them or, do a social media blackout, even though Aquarians really do like to do that very often. Um, it's very, it's, the solitude is very calming for them. And maybe we can, integrate a little bit of that within our own lives for our own heart's sake. You know what I mean? Because the moon rules you, Cancer. This may be just taking a step back and like being a little more analytical about things, being a little more rational, maybe using a little more judgment on something and a little less passion, okay? Which is really interesting because when I was going through your cards for you today, Cancer, there is a little bit of pulling back on the emotional availability here. There's also a call to delegate more tasks outside of yourself because you're a little overburdened. And there may be some kind of blockage or pulling back of your creativity. Also, we've got two pages that are in reverse, and you've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. So the two pages in reverse, especially the Page of Swords here, this is like, I am so sick of hearing it. That's what I hear for this Page of Swords reversed at the moment, okay? I heard, I am so sick of hearing it. I'm sick of hearing you. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of everybody else putting earworms in my mind, telling me how this should go. Okay? So let's go through these all together. In the first grouping, you've got, let's see, we did the first light tarot, the Lenormand, and a Rider-Waite. So in the first light tarot, you drop diversity. And diversity is always calling for you to look at these things that are in the equation, okay? And at first glance, they might seem completely, they might seem completely different. Like there's no way it could be like a cactus and a desk and a cat. You know what I mean? I don't know. This could be three completely weird, different things that you have to work with. All right? And you do not see how this can be brought together. Diversity, when this card drops, it's saying that there is a blending that can happen here. There's an integration, a surprising combinations, harmonize the contrary. Oh, that's very Aquarius energy. The contrary is the contrarian because Aquarius's ruling planet Uranus spins sideways. He's the rebel. He's the upheaver, right? He's the contrarian. They're eccentrics. They're weirdos. They're aliens. So this may be something where you need to actually look at something completely from a different point of view, from a different perspective, put aside everything that you understand about this and learn it again. Okay? Um, they're showing me somebody, like, I remember, I love to read, okay? So I remember There were a few times during the years that I would go back and read beginner books about tarot and astrology, knowing full well that I had already been practicing and practicing and knowledgeable about it for 20 years. There's something about going back and looking at it from a brand new set of eyes. Like, forget that you're an expert at this. Go back and read the books that they wrote for the beginners, and you will see completely new combinations that you may have never thought of before, because you're over here high and mighty. I'm an expert. I've been doing this for 20, 25 years. I've thought of everything. I doubt it. So this is something that could be really, really useful, very valuable information. Go back and look at something as if you are a beginner, okay? You got on top of that from the Lenormand, you've got the garden card. This has to do with prosperity, community sharing, celebration, hospitality, having plenty. This is after a cycle of growth. It's after you reap you're sowing now what you had reaped. So manifestations that you had going throughout the summer are now coming to the point in this early fall type period where you're starting to see some of the reward. Maybe you know what, it's not just reward that you might be seeing. It might just be the results of what you had put in. Okay, now in any garden, you're going to have plants that did very well, and you're going to have plants that didn't do so well. You have to be able to let go of the things that did not come to fruition like you had hoped, and concentrate on the things that are. And there's going to be time, we're only human. We're going to see the ones that failed, and we're going to be really, really hard on ourselves. Well, you don't know everything about the conditions. You just know that you planted it and, watered it and fertilized it and signed of the cross and hoped for the best. But there are always things that move in the background, in the turning of the wheel, in divine timing, in free will of other participants. There's always things in the mix that you can't control that's going to affect how things are growing. Okay, so absolutely take pride in the things that you were able to accomplish, but be very forgiving of the things that you weren't, because not a lot of those, not a lot of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Many things about the situation are out of our control half the time, okay? So again, with diversity, there's some way of looking at something from a different perspective. Go back and look at it brand new, and it has to do with this abundance, okay? Creating your abundance, fertilizing your garden, gathering together and being joyful and sharing what you have created so far. On top of that, though, is where you have this Page of Cups reversed. So usually the Page of Cups is somebody who's very emotionally invested in something. I like to think of this card as the testing the waters, because the page looks like he's on the shore and he just dipped his cup into the water. He's looking for clues in the emotional level, in the emotional layers, about the state of things underneath the water. So he dips his cup in. It almost feels like a scientist with a petri dish, where he dips his petri dish in the pond water to see how all the little ingredients and creatures are doing. And if they look healthy, then the emotional waters are healthy. So this person dips their cup in the water and pulls up this fish. And he's like, hey, how's it going down there? How's the emotional depths? And the fish is going to be like, well, it's all right. You wouldn't be remiss with maybe apologizing for something you did wrong. But this is reversed, which means there is very limited emotional investment at this time. Okay? This is low emotional investment, but it's also blockage. Like, you're blocked here from being creative or being joyful about something, which is it's really interesting. I don't know. I don't know quite how to interpret that, except that this has to play with the moon in Aquarius. Perhaps this topsy-turvy new perspective you have to take is very uncomfortable for you, right? And you just feel like you don't have the energy to invest in this. In the next grouping, you've got the Chariot, which is your energy. You showed up big. This is drive, determination, ambition, and emotional control. That's what that is. It's not that you're not invested. It's that you have to kind of like look at this without emotion. This is blocking that emotion. But you have to think about it, blocking emotion is actually blocking creativity, and you need creative new ideas if you're going to go at something from a different perspective, right? I understand that you want to look at this without emotion. Maybe you're just like, I need to be completely logical about this. That's that moon in Aquarius. And I know air energy is very sometimes quite uncomfortable for water signs, and I absolutely can understand that from the opposite way, because I'm very much air and fire, and having to delve into the watery part, it is not a comfortable place for me. So you may be like over compensating the intellect part, you know? I feel like there's this, well, I'm just going to look at this very logically. Remember, diversity, blending, you got to bring these two things together, okay? There's room for intellectual, logical paths forward, but you need the emotion of creativity. Now they're screaming at me about the inner child, and that is definitely Page of Cups energy. So in reverse, there is a blockage of the inner child, and I know that a lot of people they're like, well, I really don't understand how that plays into why would I bring my inner child into this? Because you have to think back to the way you thought when you were a kid. Okay, before there was all the adulting involved. You just went at things creatively. Okay, and they always say the one thing that is special about humanity is that we can think like children. We can think creatively. We can think without boundaries. We can think of brand new things, because children function in an energy that they can believe that they can do anything, and it's all before they've had other people drill into them, you can't do that. That's impossible. Nobody's done that before, don't even try. Things like that. They're showing me this old Garfield comic that I remember reading when I was little, and it was Garfield, and he's like, you know what, I feel like I want to stand on two legs today. So he slowly kind of teetered up on his little feetsies, and he stood. He's like, oh my God, I'm doing it. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. And he stood up on two hind legs, and he's like, I did it. And then John comes through, and he says, Garfield, cats can't stand on their 2 feet. And he fell over. And if from that point on, he could not do it again, because it was put in his head that he can't. So there's something here in this diversity with the garden, with the Page of Cups reversed. You got to look at something fresh. You've got to look at something without all the bickering, without all the conditions that other people had put in your head. I heard you knew how you wanted to do this when you took this task on. And again, I have a feeling it has to do with the abundance that you've been creating. You absolutely had it in your mind how you wanted to do it. And then maybe some people came in and were trying to, there's too many fingers in this pie, I heard. Okay? So we're going to go, here's the Chariot, which is drive, emotional control, determination. And then from the Lenormand, you drop the shedding snake. Okay, there is something where you are trying to absolutely tear yourself away from something that you are too big for now. Okay, this is growth. And if you don't grow and shed that skin, it's going to choke you out. Okay, when a snake gets stuck in the skin that they need to shed, parts of them start to die. You know, and it's a scary time because when a snake sheds its skin for about a week or so, they're very vulnerable and they're blind and they don't eat. So, but this is transformation and renewal and feminine cycles. This is you, Cancer. You're ruled by the moon. Feminine cycles are here, okay? Releasing what's outgrown, purification, rebirth, and restoration. All right. So on top of determination and yeah, you are completely determined to let go of this. And maybe if some of you are still kind of stuck, you're being called to let go of it. Because like I said, if you get stuck in that old skin, it's going to choke you out. And all that new growth that came through, it's going to die. All right? On top of that, you got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Now, the Nine of Wands is putting down okay, in the Nine of Wands, they say it's putting it down. I can never tell if he's putting it down or if he's picking it up, you know? But there's some kind of releasing of a burden. A 9 is not quite the 10. It's not the end of the cycle. It's just, it's getting there, okay? But when it's in reverse, it's like a refusal to put this down. You need to pull back. You're overburdened right now. You need to delegate some of this tasks. Give some of these sticks back to the people that deserve it, back to the people that handed it to you in the first place. Because now you're sitting there and you've got this big transformation you need to go to, and people are piling sticks on top of you. Like, here, hold this. You said you could hold this, and all you're doing is like, oh yeah, okay, give me your sticks. Okay, I'll put this off. I'll put off this renewal that I need to go through, and I'll hold your fucking sticks. Give me a break. You're overburdened, and you need to delegate those sticks back to the people who gave them to you, okay? Then down here in obstacles, you've got a cat, and the cat is very independent. Look at how she's laying there real smug. Now, I really, really want to believe that this is y'all, Cancer, okay? You are finally independent. It says someone who loves companionship and freedom. Like, think about that. I love being with people, but be over there because I want to be over here, right? But I want you to look over here at me and pay attention to me, but I need my space. Okay, there's an independence here, but it's like there's a smug independence. Curiosity and caution, right? Independence, and cooperation, okay. Intelligent and shrewd, wise observer, keen, careful, perceptive, okay. All the good qualities of a cat. But there's an independence here, and this is an obstacle. So, I don't think this is you. I think there is somebody in your energy that is very independent and maybe blocking you from getting yours. Because on top of that, you've got the Page of Swords reversed. This is somebody who's being deceptive and manipulative with their words, with their information, okay, with what they tell you, what they want you to know, okay? This is somebody who's being very careful about what they say and when they say it to you. This is an obstacle. Now, if this is you, and you're a little bit too high and mighty in your independence, it means that you're not listening to other people around you who are coming in with advice on how you can proceed, okay? I know a few Cancers, and they are quite independent when it comes to what they want to do. You know, and it's like you can harp on them. This is the best way to do it. You're here and you've got these things and you want to be here and have these things. And this is how you connect the two. And they're like, I'm going to do it my way. And you just want to pull your hair out when you talk to them like that. So there could be some in the Cancer collective where this is you. You're being way too independent. and way too stubborn and way too not listening to what other people have to tell you. But in a way, I heard for some of you, it's about time. Because maybe some of you have been, like I said, listening a little too much to what other people are saying. But then again, like I said, this is on obstacles. So if this is your energy, this is going to hold you back. But for most of you in the collective Cancer, I feel this is somebody else. Okay? The next card you have here is emotions, self-control, like attracts like, understand what you're feeling. That's a big one, Cancer. You're very much in your feels all the time. Like, I can't admit, I cannot function. When the moon is in Cancer, I just nap for 2 days because I can't handle the emotions. It's like, why am I all of a sudden boo-hooey about everything? It's just, and it's boo-hooey for no reason. Like, like, of all the water signs, uh, Scorpio is the one I can vibe with the most. But when the moon is in Cancer, I am boo-hooey about everything. Okay, but personally, like, why is this happening to me, and why doesn't this person do this, and why am I always betrayed? And it's just 2 days of that woe is me self, um, feeling sorry for myself. When the moon is in Pisces, I feel like that for the whole world. It's like I just mourn for I feel that everybody's suffering. Like, it's like over empathicness when the moon is in Pisces. I hate it. When the moon is in Scorpio, I'm still emotional, but at least there's a fire element to that. And I can set things on fire. And I mean, Scorpio's a little bit easier for me. But this is moon in Cancer for, or moon in, yeah, you're ruled by the moon. Why did I go through all that? I don't know. Like attracts like. Understand what you're feeling. That's what it was. Understand what you're feeling. That's why I went through the different signs when the moon is in Cancer, when the moon's in Scorpio, when the moon's in Pisces. You have to understand what you're feeling. Right now the moon is in Aquarius, so you have to understand what you're feeling about other people. Okay? This is what does it say? Stay positive, be mindful. Stay positive. It's mindful happiness, okay, and self-control. So there's two cards here of controlling your emotions. The Chariot here says emotional control, and the emotion card here says control of yourself. Okay, so this is like taking the reins. I always think of the Chariot where you have to control the two horses, the sphinxes with the reins. And if you pull one way too much or too fast or too long, you could derail the whole thing. This is very precise control, reining in these emotions, because you have a choice here. You've got the Pathways card. This is equivalent to me to the Two of Wands. Now, this is something that you didn't see coming, I heard. Usually with the Two of Wands, it's something that you're returning to, and you're going to choose to take the other path from the first time you were here. But in this case, I feel like this is something coming that you don't see coming. A new path. This is a crossroads and decisions. This is free will, options, life paths, choices, direction, divergent roads, and new possibilities. Okay? And on top of that, I love this. You've got the Six of Wands, which is victory, and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, we're right back to that confident independence, you know? So, if we back up here to the obstacles, and we've got the cat here, which is confident independence, definitely Queen of Wands energy. And then you've got the Page of Swords on top of that, which is just deception or lashing out. This might be secretiveness on your end. Like, you're being confident, independent. What did I hear the other time? I think it was yesterday's reading for Aquarius. Was it Aquarius? Yesterday's reading for somebody, and it was like, they're like, I totally hear what you're saying. It's like you're picking your battles. You're not going to fight about this. You know what you want to do. This is very Cancer energy. You know what you want to do, and you're going to let that person just express everything that they want to express, but in the end the decision is yours. right? And if you do that, you have this wonderful new pathway opening up for you. And right, look, I mean, look at this. I hope I can set this like this. Here we go. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this set really good. So we've got the pathways, right? And you've got victory there. Dun dun dun. If you follow that other path, look where you end up. Victorious. And then the queen here. Like, right? Are you the queen or are you going towards a queen of wands? It's like choose that other path and you get to go this way. And look at where you go. You go right to a queen of wands. Now that, I mean, I'm not saying that it's necessarily a woman. If you're feminine Cancer, you know, maybe it is a Queen of Wands for you. If you're masculine Cancer, it's a Queen of Wands for you. Or you could be, I mean, gender ain't shit, okay? So this could absolutely be a masculine Queen of Wands. Or you could be in your Queen of Wands energy. It doesn't matter. Gender ain't shit but boobs and wieners. We're talking about energy, the spiritual energy of somebody, okay? Or you are walking towards this victory, and again, with that confidence, independence, it's like, I was fucking right the whole time. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, I'm out, right? Like pride in yourself, like power, self-empowerment here, okay? This is really wonderful. So then I went over and I asked the fairies if they wanted to clarify anything about this, okay? And you've got Sylvanius, which is the mask of truth. This is an epiphany, an aha moment. Something's going to be revealed. Then you got the Hobjob, which is real and imagined fears. That's the blockage, okay? You got two cards of blockage here, and I believe it's because you're fearful of these things that other people put in your head. These are real and imagined fears. This is very 8 and 9 of swords energy. All the swords are mental. So this is sword energy. We've only got the page here, so maybe it's not as advanced yet. But the mental energy of fear. You got to decide what fears are real and what are your own imagined fears, okay? And then you got the Lamb. And this is a card of generosity. So there may be an energy coming in that is bringing forth some kind of aha moment. There's perception here. There's a new truth coming, okay? But you're blocking it. And all it's coming with is charity and generosity. You don't have to give anything back to this person. They are not expecting anything from you. This fairy is the energy of giving without expectation of receiving anything back. And it's not like with a bad attitude either. It's not like they're like, well, here, you can have this, and I don't expect that you would ever be able to pay me back. It's not like that. It's like, oh my God, I have this, and I saw on your Facebook that you were looking for something here. I have it. I love you. You need it. I don't need it. Take it. I love you. No, 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 no. I don't want anything for it. This is nothing to. It's not that this is nothing to me, but there's more joy in giving it to you than there is in the expectation of getting something in return. This is beautiful energy. Do not block this person, okay? If this is your energy, do not block this from yourself just because you had some shady people in the past, okay? Because there's always going to be somebody who deserves it. But I feel like this is somebody coming towards you. We've got Sylvanius here, which is the mask of truth. And it's like this character, he can't take up that ace of swords, this sword here. This represents the sword of truth, and he can't pick it up until he puts the mask on because he can't see it yet, okay? So this is kind of an opposite idea of, in order to gain clarity, you got to take a mask off. Think of it as like corrective glasses. In order to see clearly, you need to put your bifocals on. So this is the mask. This is the glasses that you need to put on. This is sharp perception, new truths. It's cutting away the old false perceptions, okay? cutting away false perceptions. What did I say about the Garfield thing? He walked until somebody told him he couldn't. And then he could never do it again because that little nugget of negativity was planted. And it started to grow. And what did I say over here about deciding when the garden grows, you know? You have to decide what you're going to prune so that the other plants can grow healthier, right? This is something like that, where somebody put a nugget into your head and that weed took over everything in your planned garden and you've got to pull it out, okay? That aha moment. And as soon as you realize that whatever was told to you was false, you open up to this new kind of generosity, all right? Don't block this. This is charity without expectation of return. This is just giving for the joy of giving, okay? We've got let's see. I hope this is resonating for you guys. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, can you take a moment to please leave a thumbs up, leave me a like? I would really love a comment. I never get comments, and I always like to think that, I could get some feedback. The share or subscribe, any of that interaction will help the YouTube algorithm get my content seen, and I am trying to do this as my career. If you'd like to look in the description box, you'll find my email. I am now open for personal readings. I can do video chat, probably like Facebook Messenger. I can do one over email if you don't want to be, that interaction is perfectly fine. Or I can do a video just like this and post it just like I do to YouTube as a private link that only you will be able to access. Also, I can do a birth chart inquiry, not a full report. Full reports can run like 50 pages and that'll be way too expensive. So I can do like a 1 or 2 question birth chart inquiry, and then I consult the cards. Any of those services, $40, okay? So also in my description, you'll find links to my Venmo and my Cash App. That's how you can pay me. And that is also where you can drop a little tip if you would like. If you even got one message out of here that made sense for you, drop $1. If you got something that was really eye-opening, buy me a coffee, buy me a pack of cigarettes, anything. Any interaction and any feedback would be so appreciated. Thank you so much. Let's go back on to, we've got the Ancestor Oracle cards here, okay? This is where it starts pulling all this stuff together. I love this part of the reading. So first you got the Druid, okay? I don't know if that's an animal on his staff. It kind of looks like an owl. I don't have my glasses. Oh, it's just like a fur wrapped with feathers. Okay. It says hold the space for the Druid. Hold the space. Hold things together. Do not make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong knowing you are where you are supposed to be. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. That's also very childlike energy, that inner child energy that we were talking about. There's a certain amount of trust there also. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps, okay? Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this, okay? The one thing about the Laum here is, here in the Druid card, it said, trust the process and let everything happen as it needs to. One of the aspects of the Laum, which is the energy of no, generosity is to let things flow, let the energy flow. The key to that is manifesting. If you want to bring something new into your life, you have to push something old out. That's what spring cleaning is all about. You want to bring in new energy, you got to get rid of the old stagnant energy in the house. You want to plant new things in the garden, you got to rip out the stuff that died in the last season, okay? That's the flow back and forth of energy. You have to let go in order to receive, okay? The next card you got is the Guardian Angel. It says you are not alone. It says watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember they are working hard to guide you. It says everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So, know that you're never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, you have to first ask for it and then surrender to the process. Again, another card saying to surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. That's really hard for a lot of us, you know. It's because we're like, when? A lot of times, by the time we get to the point that we have to directly ask our guardian angels to intervene, we're already at a point of desperation, right? It's like we let it go all this time, and now it's like the time is ticking. So we come into it like, hurry up, I need this change. And they're like, well, you got to trust the process. And with the, where we're at in the process, it's like, I don't have time to wait, you know. They wanted me to say about how you just have to ask. So the theory is that when we pray and we're like, dear God, please do blah blah blah, and please, do this for me, and please change this, when we pray like that, that's private, so the angels do not hear that. That's between us and God. But if we say, guardian angels, I need you to hear me. I am officially calling, like, make it official. Like, we want signs and synchronicities to be blatant for us. Okay, I always have this line where people are like, oh, watch for butterflies and watch for rainbows. I'm like, that shit happens every day. I need a signier sign. I need something that's just for me. I need a bug to crawl up on my table and say, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, I need something mega big that will jar me. So make your requests to your angels big. Like, make it, I am here officially standing in front of you, angels, guardian angels, ancestors, whoever is listening, and I am officially out in the open with my full chest asking for your help. And then say what you need your help with, right? Light a candle, do a meditation, do a salt bath after you have prayed, and try that, okay? So here we've got the theme deck that I made, and we're going to get some final messages for the Cancer Collective with their moon in Aquarius right now. Judging other people, for sure. Judging if you're going to keep them in the next cycle. Judging if their words were not valuable enough, but like, if their words were true enough, like, says, hold up, remember your earth. Oh, we've got female family members here. Okay, that pops up when there's somebody who's passed on that is watching over you. Could be a mom, a niece, grandma, granddaughter, aunt, a female family member. And she's coming in with High Priestess energy. So I heard she's got the receipts. This is sacred knowledge. So if you'd like to, I heard watch in your dreams. You might actually connect with this passed on female family member in a dream, and they will tell you something really crazy, and it won't make sense at first, but they're coming in with high priestess energy. Like I see them like so to me the high priestess, she sits in the temple of truth, right? And behind her is a veil to another room, an inner sanctum. So what they were showing me was your deceased female family member coming, booking it um, um, out of that sanctuary with a book from the inner sanctuary that she found, and she's running it towards you, and you meet up in the dream, and she's like, here. And that's like the title of the book will be an answer. But it's like she did some research on the other side for you, and she's going to be coming through and giving you a little bit of a heads up on something that you might, like some little information that might be a turning point for you. Okay? Boy, that was a long explanation. We've got, oh, soulmate. I love that. Give me a couple more for Cancer, please. Cancer, collective, sun, moon, rising. While the moon is in Aquarius. Give me a couple more for Cancer, please. Oh, okay. Oh, that came out yesterday. I was thinking about that too when I was talking about roots with the druid. How the tree came out yesterday and now it's out again. Yep. Okay, that too? That's it? Okay, they're telling me stop. Got it. So hold up, pause, rest, consider, and chill out. All right. So there's something you can take a pause over. What was I seeing that before? Where was that? So then, like you've got here, remember you are Earth. You tap into, everybody has the elements in their chart somewhere, okay? Maybe you have like a Virgo on the 7th house or Virgo moon or something to that effect. Tap into that earth energy, okay? Remember, you are earth. Ground, build, heal, give, provide, and be steady. Now, this is again another energy of growing things. See that acorn? That acorn is going to turn into the tree. It's in some future time period, and here you have the oak tree, the tree from the acorn. So there is wonderful energy of your whatever you put into this growth is absolutely going to be beautiful, but please keep in mind that you have to purge and weed and pull out all the things that might choke out your manifestations. Um, okay, so then here you've got that female family member coming in high priestess style with some information. Check your dream state. You with the moon, your ruler. God, soulmate energy here. Oh, eat a taco. I mean, that just is joyful. Like, remember we were talking about childlike energy? Yeah, taco truck stuff. I mean, that makes you happy. Don't forget the little things that make you happy. That's what they're trying to say. Because you've got a lot of inner work going on here. You're making a lot of executive decisions on who you're going to listen to, and hopefully you're trying to make it so that the person you listen to the most is yourself. This is an exercise in trusting what you want, trusting how you think you can get there, trusting yourself in the process, as also trusting the process, especially with this shedding snake, how you're shedding all that old, okay? You've got Boogle the Owl. This is one of my favorites. I'm old school, and I come from the I'm a child of the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Okay, so I'm from the OG Clash of the Titans, and Boobo the Owl is from the 1981 Clash of the Titans. The story goes, Perseus needed some special gifts as, Zeus's child. He wanted to spoil him. So he told Artemis, the hunting goddess, to give his kid her real owl, like her familiar, her friend, her pet owl. And she's like, man, fuck that kid. I'm not giving him my bubo. So she went to Hephaestus, the smith of the gods, and she commissioned him to create that Perseus a mechanical golden owl that was just like her bubo, but just not her bubo, right? So this is a gift from it's guidance, intercession, and a gift from the gods. Okay, so you're going to be blessed with some kind of guidance, some kind of special gift coming in right from the divine. Let's see what these two cards are. Oh, good. Okay, we've got Archangel Gabriel. He's the annunciator. Annunciator? The announcer? Either one, right? I know words. Annunciation, clarity of divine purpose. There was another one here talking about your path. See, I love this. You are absolutely deciding your path, and you're trying to rip it away from what other people have expected of you up till now. So this is clarity of divine purpose, intercession, miracles, direction, right? There was a card here about direction. I know there was. God damn it. I know there was. About your divine direction. This is the escort through the underworld. Oh yeah, Gabriel. He announces the judgment. That's right. He's the announcing angel when the rapture happens. So something is, without rehashing the whole story, something has been put to rest. You're going to revisit it briefly one more time, and you're going to go over it with a fine-tooth comb and see if any aspects of this old situation can be useful in a new cycle. And you're going to pass judgment on that. So when a soul goes to judgment, right, and it goes through to Hades, the purging part of it is what you do in Hades. It's where you review the old lessons, you review your life, you see who you wronged, the bridges you can repair, the lessons you learned or didn't learn, and that's where you purge the old. Like if you mastered something, you're like, okay, I put that away. But if you flunk something, you're like, okay, that's something I might have to revisit. That's the judgment, okay? And Archangel Gabriel here is the escort through that decision-making process. So there's going to be something you might revisit, either about yourself or about a past situation or about people who were involved in it. And then you're gonna call that to judgment. It's like, that was useful, but that isn't. So I'm gonna let that go. Okay? It's the strength of God and the dictation of your divine will. Absolutely beautiful. Then you've got 888. You are supported. See that guardian angel energy here. You're not alone. Okay? Walk your path confidently. Abundance is ready. That's that garden card. Here it comes. You created all that. That's all you. Okay? Abundance is ready. You put in the work. 888. Now, the one outlier on this, because I have no indication here that this has anything to do with love or anything, but you got a soulmate coming. Somebody's on the outskirts, hovering, maybe, right? And maybe that's that, ooh, maybe that's that person coming in with the generosity. I have this for you. I want you to have it. I heard I've held on to this my whole life for some reason, and I never knew why. But now that you're here, I know that it's because I was supposed to give it to you. I don't want anything in return. Just take it. I love you. Oh my God. See, I hate this Cancer emotional energy. It's all, ugh. Look, I am an intellectual quadruple Libra. My rising sign is Capricorn, okay? My moon is in Leo. There is very little in me that is able to function in the emotional realms. However, I am the biggest hopeless romantic. Okay, and it's all, oh my God, there's a soulmate here. Look, and you know what? It's so weird because it stuck out to me that it dropped right with Bubo, like this gift from God. This is specially made for you, just like in the myth. Like it was specially made for you. And bing, there it is, dropped right in your lap. And then bam, there's the lobster, the soulmate. Cancer energy again. I didn't put that together till now. Do you know how old this deck is? This deck is like 2 years old. And I made the lobster as soulmate because of Friends, where Phoebe's like, she's his lobster. And they hook claws and roll together. But a lobster is one of the symbols that's on the moon card. That's your ruler. So let's wrap this up. I'm rambling too much. I hope this resonated for you, Cancer. If it did, go in the description. There's my email. Let's connect. There's also my links to my Venmo and my Cash App. Drop me a tip if any of this resonated. Thank you so much for sticking with me until I see you guys again tomorrow. I hope all your, they want me to say, I hope all your dreams come true. Okay, thanks. Bye.